We're here at the Guild of Tattoos and Fine Arts in Largo, Florida. Something these guys put on every single year is Minicon. Minicon 3 this year. December 3rd. Video games, comics, toys, trading card games, art, games, movies, nerd pop culture stuff. Let's go in and check it out. Try to film some cool games. I know a lot of people here, so sometimes it gets a little chatty, you know. I'd like to just film the game, so I'll try to be a fly on the wall, say less and film more. So let's find some cool stuff.
It was just really messed up because I didn't like infinite work with these two guys. He do the tag guy a month. I taught about do price charting like his house. That's the only I'm like I want to became my game like that's just got figured out. Oh, he's like yeah, the second whatever you can have stuff with. So I invited him to buy stuff. He basically said I'm not leaving.
Yes, you can buy it. You can go up and go whatever. I don't know. I try to make sure I'm using something you want to get it twice. They're going to try to do two different binding outs.
Well, the main one on my level is Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think I
I'm doing just fine.
Let's try to
Look at the Eternal Rings. Somebody's been going after. Somebody's got a save search on Eternal Ring.
A long time looking through your stuff once I start.
Oh yeah.
So I'm trying to go around and just scoop up, individual games.
Kind of like, is this possibly the precursor to Elden Ring? The Eternal Ring? Maybe. Just pointing this one out to me. Oh, interesting. A little variant cover, huh? Oh, it's rare. It's bizarre, Joe. That's some bizarre stuff. Pretty bizarre. It's for your, I'll put it this way, man. If this was some kind of weird, rare GameCube variant, that'd be one of those pieces that people would go bonkers for. $1,000 kind of piece. Just be guessing. I'm guessing I've never seen that. I guess it's very, very uncommon. It's just not enough PS2 people going bonkers for full set, you know. Variants like that really make a big difference when it's, I'll give you an example, N64. And you just look at anything that had some kind of packaging variant, like Rampage 2 with the plushie, or, you know, a lot of games, not a lot, but several games had weird, rare variants, and people go absolutely bonkers to acquire them.
It's kind of like it's racing.
This one interests me. Probably try to pick this one up. This is a rad little game here.
Everybody knows, like,
yeah, I'll come back for it, but it's a neat one. Let's find more rad. We're gonna find some of these booths are gonna be just non-stop hot action. You know?
Yeah, right. It's also on PS2.
Like the best stuff that I can pick out from Joe could become like the average piece at some of these booths here. Some people come with low quantity, very high quality. So prepare yourself. Or skip in the video. Skip ahead. Skip right to it. Where he must have moved it already. Joe, you sold it. Calling.
Yes, they got it right over there.
Of course, somebody got it from me. I don't want anything else. I'm upset. No, that's all right.
I had it in my pile earlier, and I'm like, no, Dave wants this.
I do. Who got it from me? Of course, yeah. How much was it?
45.
Oh my God. That's all right. That's fine. Joe sold Calling on the Wii to Gabe.
Oh.
Like the game the game that was the most appealing. It's alright.
What do I have to do for
That's a neat one. Very uncommon.
You can message me some stuff.
I'm into this.
I work at
Joe, you already know you got several pieces. Like, these are straight Dave games right here. Not sure if you knew that. You knew that about me. I love that game.
That's a good one.
But that's one that I've...
That's a good super.
Yeah. Very uncommon.
Very uncommon. Hard to find.
It's not like this. You know, it's nothing like this game. It's a
I'm hoping that's gonna be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like how you're going for Eternal Ring, man. That's a good little niche title.
Too. It's almost a $7 game. It went out for like $20.
Yep. A lot of that had to do with, are you familiar with Elden Ring?
Yeah.
You heard of that game? I mean, huge, very popular release. And I think that bumped up a lot of those FromSoft titles. Like, this is made by the same people. So, forget the name of the other game. Eternal Ring, there's another game that's similar. It'll come to me.
It's probably my third.
It's another H-Tech game that's kind of similar, obscure. It used to be cheap, now it's expensive.
You ever bought that historical Nintendo Virtual Boy piece?
Yeah.
Wait, Mike didn't buy his file? Or just the Resident Evil?
Yeah, I heard you got my Calling on the Wii. You picked it up, huh?
Yeah.
Calling? Yeah, it was a good pick. Alright, I better go over there and check out the high-end Gabe stuff. I see upside with this kind of stuff, Joe.
I got a few of these sealed.
Keep them. Like, set them aside. They're either going to hold their value. Yeah, these are actually kind of common. Like, I've got some, too. Like, you can buy, like, lots of these on eBay still, which is bizarre.
They're pricier online, like $6 or something.
Okay, yeah, I mean...
I paid like $2 for it.
The kind of thing where I'd be like, are these impossible to find? It's like, nah, you can. They're always on eBay, kind of thing. It's probably decent. I don't know.
And the cover looks cool.
Yeah, when it comes to PS3 and titles like this, I don't know. There's like so many of them that I don't know which ones really stand out as far as like great games. But these pervy games, I think for what they're worth now, you could just sit on them and they're not going to lose any value. And you got the chance that they end up jumping up in price. Just got a weird feeling about that for your pervy kind of games like that. Just a hunch. Been doing this a long time and kind of get those feelings. 3D Dot Heroes. The chase piece. Okay. Yeah, that Spy Hunter is pretty unusual. That's a pretty cool piece.
Not so many online either.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Kind of piece that is extremely rare, just nobody knows about it. Joe, I will come back. Like, lots of stuff.
There used to be something you really wanted to stop your shade for. No, you're good.
You gonna make the warehouse tomorrow?
No, I'll be there too.
Okay. Okay. I think that's when I'll try to go for stuff.
Alright.
But we'll
If
see.
you see something you really like.
Okay. Probably the thing I like the most is Elebits, and then if the ring is in decent shape.
It's a good one, dude. Nice. It's mint.
Manual looks real nice, yeah. Yeah. I'd be into that. Maybe this one too. But I don't know. Those are definitely this and Elebits and that are probably the.
I'll put these aside. 100%.
Thank you, dude. And I'll probably take you off a copy or two of Umbrella Chronicles too on the Wii.
It's
a cool one. What are you scoring them for? Around $10, or probably pay up a little bit more? Really? Goodwill's?
I'll get one online.
Yeah, I know.
That's where I got this. I got these online.
Same with Devin. Did you see?
Devin. I think
Yes.
Devin was my competition because some places had them. I would save them.
Devin keeps tabs on that, and
I bought them for $25 a pop.
yes, and what he was saying is, and this is true, you get the upside of like not knowing which one you're gonna get. There's the single jewel case.
When they showed the picture of that one, I know it seems like they just scanned the back.
Yes.
But it's not a guarantee. Not a
Yeah, so Goodwill's got real cheap on this title, and yeah, Devin got a bunch came in.
saw 'em all.
A lot, maybe like half of them were greatest hits.
Yoink.
Most of them were this one. Nice. And then one copy he got was a single jewel case variant of
really?
Black Label single jewel case. Very bizarre. Like
Single, this one?
yes,
Cover?
yeah, same cover. And it's not like you might think like, okay, well, it's probably just like manual missing this. You know what I'm saying? And then they finagled it in, but no, it's I think it doesn't have that demo on there.
Yeah, don't.
You know, so it really is a variant of it.
This one has like this specific game has like 5 or 6 variables because they got the regular Resident Evil with 2.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then whatever.
What does this go for right now? Around 80 or so? Okay. What I thought. Yep, you're picking some cool stuff, man. Alright, I'm gonna keep looking. Let me jump straight to the really gnarly stuff. Let's do that. Oh, did Mike pack up? Damn it. Mike's gone. There's the calling I wanted. Joe had $45. That's a good buy right now. Deal Tavern has this. John Riggs did a video where he was in Deal Tavern, and they had tons. So the thing about Deal Tavern, though, is that yes, there are tons of sealed copies with this one power seller on eBay. But at any time, they can just say, okay, we want $180 per sealed copy of Calling. So they'll just see the market. They'll see that nobody's selling pre-owned copies. Auctions go for just as much as Deal Tavern has their sealed copies listed for, and they'll say, okay, time to up our price. You know, and they'll try selling them at 90 sealed. And then they'll find that, okay, people buy them at 90. And then once they bump it to 90, auctions of pre-owned copies will start going for 75, 80. You know, and it just starts pushing it up. And Deal Tavern will say, okay, if that's where the demand's at, if that's how much the secondary market is commanding, then we're just going to stay a step above that with our huge amount of sealed copies. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. Here's a good takeaway. Like, A, you get yourself a sealed Calling. Do you go get it graded? I wouldn't, you know, because it's nothing too, it's not impressive sealed. But just as a title, as a chase type piece, and that's a kind of game that, I'll tell you, there was a time when Rule of Rose and Kuon and Haunting Ground were all, you know, sub $200. And sky's the limit on when you get the right formula for a game. Nice collectible title. And this one kind of has it going on. Very collectible kind of title right there. So for what it's going for right now, pretty good one to snag, I would say. Alright, where's Gabe's good stuff? He must have packed it in. Those are Gabe's pickups. So where's the good stuff then? Shit. Oh yeah, this is actually the coolest stuff to show off here. It's my buddy Phil. Phil went to a really rad weekend with a small gang of Tampa natives. We went up for the expo up there, like an 8-hour drive, and Phil was going for full set PS1. You kind of were going from the top down, really, because that's why you have very few like top tier titles that you never did acquire. So almost everything that's top tier, Phil checked off the list first. It's a good way to go about a full set. And then probably about halfway through when you said nah.
A little over half, yeah. I got to 800.
And so many of this,
like 13.
so much of that list was probably just dumb titles, right? Like a cheap.
Yeah, it was a lot of low mid stuff. I just and there were some obscure stuff I couldn't track down.
So now when he's getting out, it's just like awesome stuff. So that was a good way to approach it. You know, if you're gonna try full set, you might as well go from the top down. And if you decide, I want out, just beautiful what he's got. I love the Namco set. Very uncommon to get the last one. The last one also has gameplay demand, specifically for the game Legend of Valkyrie. So it's got one game on there that's very fun, very good gameplay. So there's gameplay demand, plus it's by far the rarest one. So imagine, you know, whichever one is the rarest, get your collectors that have this, and they really want to get the O. They really want to finish that set. It's a subset that just screams collect me once you get one or two of them. So neat to see. other noteworthies. Let me just point them out. This is what I like to. This is how I'm gonna enjoy this video. Just going over titles I wish I could afford right now. Ogre Battle, beautiful. Laundra, beautiful. Kudelka, lovely. Brigandine, Jade Cocoon. Tactics Ogre, gotta love that. Love Atlas's publishing job. This is really what made Atlas collectible. I feel like they took notes when they were looking over the shoulder at Working Designs, saying like, how does Working Designs have such a dedicated fan base? People that will buy every single Working Designs game as they come out. And it's because Working Designs did a good job at just pleasing the collector. Look at that. You know, when you buy a well-made tactical RPG and you split that seal off of it and you open it up and that's your first visual you get, you go, wow, man, this company cares about me. See the art behind the disc. Just sexy. Same can be said about Brigandine. Just pretty. Alright, let's find some hidden gems though. This is my chance before you start selling off all these cool hidden gems. This is a chance to see them, you know, before they're gone. I can't always remember them, but when I see them, of course you got your Rising Zan, Echo Knight, you know, not a hidden gem, because that's a big heavy dog. What is Echo Knight now, like 300?
Like 2 something, yeah.
Thanks to Elden Ring, thanks to Kingsfield, yeah, thanks to all those guys making stuff popular, making rare stuff popular. But Echo Knight's a solid chase piece. Can't call it a hidden gem. People know. Bomberman World, if it's still at that like $30 for a while, shortly ago, like a year ago or so, I think you're able to pick up Bomberman World for $25 CIB shipped for a nice copy. Atlas published, good gameplay. If Bomberman World is still cheap, it's one to consider picking up, I would say. One Piece Mansion is one of the last PS1 games ever released. I think that game came out in like 04. It's Capcom. So, kind of neat to see an 04 Capcom anime-based game. Don't know much about it. It's probably not very good. Power Slave, pretty well known, but hard to find. FPS. Ghost in the Shell. Where's the cool hidden gems though?
Getting easier. Soon you'll be able to get.
It's like a 25 or probably.
Great stuff there though.
You got well, there's stuff I could probably find.
Alone in the Dark, One-Eyed Jack's Revenge is, as far as horror games go, horror and pretty damn uncommon. Don't come up for sale, nice shape, complete very often. For what it goes for, Alone in the Dark, One-Eyed Jack's Revenge is pretty good value, I'd say, right now. It's a good one to pick up. Man, I want that Elemental Gear Bolt. I'm big into the rail shooters. That's what I'm going to try to go for. Maybe Vanguard Bandits also. Jumping Flash, I feel like, is one that's getting more and more popular. People are more and more appreciative of the art style and the gameplay of Jumping Flash these days. Some of those 3D games age like milk, some age like wine. And Jumping Flash is better than most. Same with another one to recommend in the same vein as Jumping Flash would be Floating Runner. I feel like is another good 3D game that's aesthetically aged well. Psychic Detective, gotta shine a light on that. Did you ever get Fox Hunt,
No.
Phil? No. That's the other very rare FMV
Try
game.
getting the jewel case.
There's only jewel case
Or
for.
sorry, I tried getting trying a manual, one with a manual.
Yes, that's the other thing. It's like it's almost like small print run, and probably a lot went to rentals.
Yeah.
You know,
I saw
rental
a lot of
chains.
rental stickers on
Yes, so a nice CIB Fox Hunt. It's surprisingly similar to Psychic Detective. It's just bizarre that there weren't many FMV games on the PS1 where they're entirely FMV. You know, like it's truly an FMV genre title here, and they happen to have two very rare ones on PS1 that are both based on a detective as the protagonist. So, Psychic Detective. Both of them being comedies also. This one's very
That game is so tripping.
goofy, and same with Fox Hunt.
Yep.
So, extremely rare, both of them. Strider 2, man. I'm surprised that one's not gone already. Strider 2 is a hot one. Countdown Vampires. Let me show that one. Just Bandai. Your Bandai rares, man. You just yeah. I do these events fairly often, you know? People bring out stuff all the time. They bring out $150 games all the time, but you tend to see the usual suspects, you know? There's certain $150 games you see a lot more often, and they tend to come and go a lot more often. There's a lot of demand for the more common, you know, over $100 games, but Countdown Vampires, truly uncommon. Bandai published. Another one of similar rarity is Silent Bomber on PS1. Bandai. There's got to be a couple other just good, solid, rare Bandais that maybe I'll see. In the Hunt? That's not Bandai. Oh, but that's one you got. You got In the Hunt, right?
Yeah, it's so weird.
Got that jewel variant. Alright, let's find.
Right next to Team Buddies.
I mean, you got Battle Assault 2. That's a pretty uncommon Bandai. Kingsfield 2.
Yeah.
Good game that's aged well. Could see that game continuing to go up in price. Kingsfield 1 and Kingsfield 2. And Shadow Tower, of course. Just as long as if Elden Ring's going to kill it like it did with commercial success, they're going to do a sequel to that. They'll probably end up doing a new Kingsfield game. I could see that happening. Or it's just a new Kingsfield game. And then watch out for the PS2 Kingsfield. Like all the Kingsfield games have upside, in my opinion. They're becoming very popular. And again, they've aged well. They're speed runnable.
One of my personal favorites, even though it's not worth it.
Hey, interesting thing here is that Dynasty Warriors, the very long-running series known as the beat 'em ups, you know, the hack and slashers, started with a 1v1 fighter. Dynasty Warriors 1.
Really fun.
Is it good? It's decently made? It's similarly uncommon. The publisher and the genre makes me think of Distrega on PS1 also. It's a Koei. I mean, I know they're different style. This is more Tekken-like.
It's more like, you know, it plays like Virtua Fighter a little bit more.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, really cool, classic arcadey.
Yeah. Kind of looks...
It's a pretty good comparable.
It does. It looks like Virtua Fighter stylistically.
The graphics are pretty cool too.
That's neat.
Yeah, like very not
Rare.
common.
Yes, that's the thing is you would think like, okay, the first Dynasty Warriors game, they must have made a good amount, but no, very uncommon game. Okay, here's the rarest game Phil has. That's also just collectability, just in terms of the IP. You got your SNK, you got Samurai Showdown. Everything about it is that's cool. That's cool that collectors like that, but how about print run wise? This is I would say easily the rarest game on your table, right?
As far as like scarcity
Is like maybe 2 a year come up for sale, kind of thing. Unreal rare.
Yeah, it's up there.
Very rare. I mean, like here's another rare game right next to it, but easily Samurai Showdown, Warriors Rage, 10 times rarer than Van Ark. Even though Van Ark's very uncommon, very cool game. This is crazy rare. Crazy rare. It's a port of a Neo Geo Arcade 64 hardware, some arcade hardware that they had for a couple years, and this was in the arcades. And there's a PS1 port of it. North American version, extremely rare. I gotta check out Gabe's Virtual Boy. Lomax is another one that's up there as one of the rarest
That was
games.
like on eBay right now.
Really? This one, as far as bang for your buck, if you can pick up a Lomax for whatever it charts for, let's say it's 250 charted, I bet it's right in that range.
Yeah, it's also a very charming game. Too.
Yes, it's the sequel. It's made by the same team that did Flink on the Sega CD. And it's in the Lemmings series, right? But gameplay-wise,
It's
Rayman,
like the Rayman.
yeah, aesthetically, it's very polished visuals.
Awesome art style.
It's like the kind of platformer that you would expect.
As well as like foreground, background.
Yeah, it's a very 16-bit style platformer, but just with those beautiful 32-bit PS1 power behind it. So great sprites in there. Klonoa Dorta Phantom Isle, of course, can't be missing that when you're Phil. Trombone, can't be missing that. Suikoden 2, Valkyrie profile, you know, standards. The chase pieces. Here's a cool one, man. Beat 'em up.
It's an awesome game.
Yeah, that's a hipster one, man. If you've got
I
a
might consider keeping. Who knows?
yeah, like you're run of the mill, like all right, you're a standard ass collector. You want Tales of Destiny 2, you want Valkyrie Profiles, go to 2, you want Trombone, but like a rad collection. If we're talking rad points, would be like Lomax, Dragon Valor. I mean, this just for flexing. Van Ark you would need Van Ark. The Tombas are kind of just chasey. Ooh, talk about very rare, pretty rad, kind of. Now you could pass on that. Pass on the radness of that. Not rad enough, but these are all must. If you're cool, you want to be hipster.
I don't know, man. I'd say Tornico's pretty rad.
It's like a friend.
Tornico, I'd say is rad. You get rad points for that. I'd say.
No, when I respond.
I agree. Silhouette Mirage, I'd say needs to go into the rad stack.
Feels like I got one of the coolest covers.
Gekio is kind of that's hipster. Let me see. Can I film it? Or is it top secret? I'll be back, Phil.
Nintendo Merchandising Inc. So this was a Nintendo product. They would take to stores to like advertise their new product.
Chris, you gonna buy it?
He's being a bitch lately, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm kind of tempted, but
I mean, you could probably put
Bro, you
whatever
know how
price
much
you
I asked him
want.
for it? 500 in trade. That's
Oh
it.
shit! I was gonna guess thousands.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
4-digit.
I don't even know what it's worth. I have no clue.
it's like
Okay,
that Blockbuster
so-
box. These are already like 500 basically.
What's unique about it? This is obviously very unique.
This is the most unique. This one's not that
As
unique.
far as placards or technology inside, is this all pretty standard stuff?
Yeah.
It's generic. Okay, so you're paying the money's in this right here.
that sticker. This
in
one,
that sticker.
This one's pretty common. I've seen this. This one I've never seen.
It's like a business card that got taped on, but
You know, I'm starting to think I should have got that one instead. Yeah.
it is the Redmond Washington.
You know what it is I don't know how to put it into words, but it's the kind of thing that it's sucker bait. Like
Yeah, kinda.
the guys that are kind of buying the wrong stuff
Yeah.
go for something like this rather than buying a snatcher. Wouldn't
Yep,
you
I
agree?
agree,
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Sure,
Yeah.
but you'll never see another one. So some people freak out and panic because they're a Virtual Boy full setter.
It's begging to be returned. That's the problem.
Here's a thought. You know how there's a lot of full set Virtual Boy guys? Where they've knocked it out. They've even got the Mario Tennis display box.
Yep.
So they've got every piece, and it's all CIB. They've got Jack Bros, and like you're hoping to snag one of those elitist Virtual
Yeah.
Boy guys, and there'd be a lot of guys in the running.
The problem
It's not too hard to get to that
I feel like
point.
whoever is looking for this knows exactly what it is, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's never how they were done. For all we know, this could just be some
Business card.
business card from
Sony.
some random company that tried to look like Nintendo, you know? That was also in Redmond, Washington. Put a
see
little
your
Mario
point.
and Nintendo NES Merchandising Inc. Why does it say NES?
You know what it is? Okay, I'll put it this way. Try to be short and sweet about it. Just like Gabe, if it was in your possession,
Oh, I
you're
want.
trying to get up. You try to shoot for the stars to land on the moon. But as far as somebody else who has it, that's kind of shooting for the moon, to land on, I don't know, at Mount Everest.
Yeah.
You don't want to be at Mount Everest into this, you know? That's a
agree.
weird analogy.
No, I like that.
But even if it was yours, you would still try to
I'd try to
2,500 or something. But
I don't want a lunker, even if it means trading smaller pieces. I don't want this lunker.
really,
I did sell one of these with the regular red Blockbuster case. I did sell one of those for $500. They're still worth $500, but yeah.
But don't you feel good riddance when you got
Yeah,
rid of
I
it?
did.
It's like a sigh of relief.
It's begging to be returned. It's a big liability for what it is, in my opinion.
Yeah, the trade-off, I guess, when we're talking about, you could put 500 into this and then try to ask whatever, or you could put 500 into a Panic restaurant and then try to ask 950
and always be
just
safe.
liquid. Yeah, exactly.
This is, hard as a rock.
You get a lower ceiling of like what you can try to
the
sell
problem-
this piece for if you put 500 into a more standard collectible. That's all right. That's all. I'm not worried about it. Thank you for fixing.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Here, put these behind it. It won't.
that's that's Chris and my reseller take on it.
So honest?
I want.
What'd you find?
It's
You find-
cool.
did you
Not
find
that
info?
I can't find anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought. What about this guy used to be a fucking man. Bro. Yo, give me that shit for 500 right
That's
now.
what I thought. You can't find anything on it.
It's so rare that you can't even find it.
I'm with you, Gabe. Where 500 seems like a low risk to take.
So low risk.
It's low
I
risk,
paid
but
150 for this. I don't care. Just taking, I have too much space in my room.
yeah. Did you bring some big dick stuff? But it's just
I sold Earth
packed
Pound.
up.
$2,000, 2,100.
CIB. It's good.
Can I check them out one more time?
I think Gabe packed up all his this kind of stuff with the good goods.
This is like one success though. This table, everyone's loving this.
Yeah, so Phil coined this as you kind of separated like he's more firm on the prices, just expect higher dollar, and they, as you can just see, they're you're north of 50 every single one. But these kind of range. Some of these
I've
are
had fun setting up deals with you.
several of these are over 100. Okay, this is where I can definitely make some suggestions to the folks at homes, man. The Divide, extremely.
Ooh,
That's similar to Lomax rarity.
Some of the
That's
stuff was stuff that I didn't
unreal.
think was really rad that I didn't intentionally put in the bin. This was like after.
Dude, this is one that's, if this one shoots up in price, if this one gets a strong recommendation, they say it plays like a Metroidvania. It's 3D, but you know, just like a Metroidvania, as you get more abilities, you can backtrack and get to new areas that you couldn't get to before. Good game here. Good, solid made game.
It's like a 6 year, 7 year. That's where it's at.
And man, it's rare. So again, like
there's a lot of steel ones on eBay though for like 120.
I noticed that sealed does seem to exist, but it's not like it's not like there's a power seller that's just one after
just
the
dumping
other.
them, yeah.
It's just, oh shit. My bad. It didn't shatter, so I lucked out. Loaded, reloaded. Those look great together.
Load and reload.
But that's one I'd strongly recommend. Sentient, I think, is
I like
one
that
that, yeah, this one's a matter of time before somebody does like a deep dive into how obscure this title is.
Plot description is
It's wild. It's a very surreal, very trippy, very
I should have texted you that.
I don't know, very sci-fi, very mature, very Psygnosis, dude. Yeah, sentient and very uncommon too. So that's a nice hipster. That would go in my like stack of just like you're cool if you know your collection looks like this. Sentient, the Divide, RC Day Go. I would say yeah, that's cool, really cool. Kenobi, nah. Danger Girl,
To me, one of
nah.
the most under
Tokyo Highway Battle is kinda cool.
underappreciated games they've maybe ever made. This game is phenomenal.
I think this is the first game in the Tokyo Extreme Racer series. It's made by the same people. Genki. Which game? Soul Divide?
Soul Divide.
That's a good shooter.
Incredibly underrated.
Yeah.
What an awesome
the art style's
style.
sick. Yeah.
Underrated.
It's on Saturn also. Did you know that? Japanese though. Shit, Nick. Nick. Are you here for a little bit longer? Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I started doing my filming thing.
Last call for alcohol.
Oh, you're packing up?
Packed up. You said you were. Here you go. This is
Shit. Yeah, let me film. Let me get in
not
here.
much, but it's all sealed.
Oh, it's sealed. That means it's out of my league. Look at Chris digging his nose in there. Smells sealed.
I don't know. We're still
I
working.
saw a
on it.
187
It's
Ride
the
or
one with
Die.
the
That's
tag.
kind of a neat, pretty cool, obscure one.
didn't see anything you wanted to trade.
Sealed, you just gotta pay that sealed tax on it, you know? Eternal Darkness seal, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh.
The old Circuit City. What, 996 on.
That's a good deal, man. You should pick that up for 10.
Yeah, $10. I had paid big for that one. That was 30.
I used to do all these different systems.
Awesome,
Like
dude.
this. They got the,
Whoa.
Yeah, I hate.
you know, so
We're
you can
just-
seal it.
Yeah, but just finding a sealed Ape Escape 2 is pretty wild.
So I got 2 of them.
Did you get these a long time ago?
Yeah, about 3 days.
What, 3 days ago you got these? Okay.
I got them
You
all 3
scored.
days ago. Yeah.
You scored.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot.
Very nice stuff, man.
It's a good one.
Well, Eternal, Ape Escape 2, the Dot Hack. There's some heavies.
I'm working on boxes.
Yeah. If I did sealed, I'd be all into it. Some of those are probably grade worthy.
Take a look at that.
Jetters?
You think that's real or not real? Look at the seal on it.
That's real.
It's got, it's,
It's just that later. It's that later.
I want to say I had sealed copies of this that were sold at AFES when I was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
And it was the same seal type.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. What sucks though is that people will question it. You know what I mean?
well, it's got the Circuit City thing on it, so I think that
That's a
might
huge
be
help.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do not want to remove
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's a nice authenticator.
Yeah.
It's real, but
Yeah.
it does suck when you have that. Some people will just steer clear because they don't know any better. You know?
You know what's really
That's
rare?
authentic.
This product red iPhone variant.
It's an old one.
It's an old one. Oldie and a good
We
one.
gotta stay on. Oh, that is kind of cool, actually. Oh, it's your actual phone. Sorry.
He's just joshing with you.
Nah, he's into that weird stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean,
You sell on eBay at all? Because that's probably the way to.
probably gonna have to with some of this. Yeah.
It'd be well worth it, man. Between that or just hoping that Mike or Gabe or Matt, we got the local guy that is the head of CGC video games, and he's in our local area, and I feel like he would be wanting to pick up some of this stuff. Is this you also here?
Yeah, that's. I don't think much good stuff. Well, there's a few. Silent Hill
I would
2.
do it's like 30, 35 for 25.
Yeah, that's a good stuff.
I can do a bundle.
A few things.
I can knock out some.
Shit.
That's a
I know, I actually don't play a lot of PlayStation and like.
Turtles?
It's my favorite system, but honestly,
I like turtles.
I don't know if you should try this.
I promise you, it's a little challenging
For that rare Destiny 3, is that
Yeah.
a Destiny?
Yeah. I'll give you $1.
Yeah, exactly. What the case is worth is it.
Yeah. There's quality stuff in there.
I know it's stupid expensive on
You got transmetals, and then you
Yeah.
have.
Thanks for coming out.
It's just both called transmetals. There's two different ones.
All right. Let me just.
Oh, is that what it is? Transformers? Yeah.
Did we get pen and
These were Transformers. I would do for 25. Transmetals, I would do for.
Rat attack pretty uncommon.
I know it's like crazy on 64.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Fun fact about Urban Chaos: same game's on the Dreamcast, and it's one of the rarest games in North America on the Dreamcast. It's just an oddly low print run game. No real reason to go for it other than just it's real hard to check off the list. It's a full setters kind of piece, but Urban Chaos on the Dreamcast. Just a random to remember.
Probably played that more than anything.
All right, I'm kind of burnt out on this, but
That's awesome.
fuck, he's got more. Maybe I'll do a second video and show some more of Phil's hidden gems there on the PS1. Seems like people are getting antsy to try to get out of here soon, so I think I'm gonna try to make some of my deals happen before this thing wraps up. But this was show one more time here in St. Pete. Or Largo, very very close to St. Pete. The Guild of Tattoos and Fine Arts, RetroCon. What? Oh, on the Virtual Boy?
Virtual Boy itself is like 300.